The Moonlight Bride. I've heard the story 1,000 times, whispered in hushed voices by locals who seem to forget how to laugh when the moon rises high above our small town. The tale of the Moonlight Bride, a ghostly figure cloaked in white, seeking a groom lost to her forever. As a writer, I've always been drawn to such eerie tales, those that linger on the edge of truth and superstition. But as the moon hung heavy in the sky tonight, I wasn't just the observer, the storyteller. I was a part of the story. I had been drawn to the town of Eldridge Hollow for its mystery, its unsettling calm. My rented cottage, nestled at the edge of town near the graveyard, was perfect for the retreat I had promised myself, a place to finish my novel in peace, or so I had thought. That night, as I sat by my window, the moonlight streamed through the cracks in the curtains, casting long, stretching shadows. The chill of the evening made my breath catch, and I couldn't help but remember the warnings the locals had given me, warnings I had dismissed as superstition. They told me to stay indoors after dark, to never wander the streets when the moon was full. The Moonlight Bride is out there, they said, their eyes wide and serious. A laugh escaped my lips as I pushed the thoughts from my mind. I had written about ghosts before, created them from the corners of my imagination, but to believe in them was another matter entirely. But then I heard it. A soft sobbing drifted through the night, faint at first, like the wind whispering secrets. I stood, drawn to the sound, heart pounding for reasons I didn't understand. I stepped outside, the cool air rushing against my face. The graveyard loomed ahead, a silhouette of stone markers and overgrown ivy bathed in the pale light of the moon. The sobbing grew louder. I walked toward it, curiosity gnawing at me, telling myself that it was just a figment of my mind, a trick of the night. But as I neared the cemetery gates, I saw her. A woman, draped in flowing white, her face hidden beneath a veil. She stood in the shadows, her figure ethereal, like something pulled from a dream. I froze. She was beautiful in a way that sent a shiver down my spine, her sorrow palpable in the stillness of the night. "Are you lost?" I called out, my voice unsteady, my feet unwilling to move closer. She turned toward me, her face pale, her eyes wide with an otherworldly light. "Have you seen him?" Her voice was faint, distant. "My groom, my love. I cannot find him." I took a step back, confusion and unease twisting inside me. "Who?" I asked, though I already knew the answer. Her gaze lingered on me, and for a moment I thought I saw recognition flicker in her eyes. She stepped forward, her movements fluid, almost unnatural. You are him, my groom." Before I could protest, she reached out with cold, trembling hands, her fingers brushing against my chest. My breath hitched, heart racing. "Come with me," she whispered, and I felt an overwhelming compulsion to obey. I tried to pull away, to escape the icy grip of her hands, but it was no use. She was impossibly strong, dragging me toward the graveyard, toward the churchyard at the far end of the cemetery. My feet stumbled over the uneven ground, and fear began to rise in me, choking out the words I tried to speak. "No, you have the wrong man." But she didn't hear. Her eyes, locked onto mine, were filled with longing and loss, as if she hadn't heard anything for decades. And now she had finally found the one she had been searching for. Her breath was cold against my ear as we reached the churchyard. The stone markers cast long shadows, and the graves stretched endlessly beneath the silver light of the moon. My heart pounded in my chest, a frantic rhythm that matched the urgency in her steps. "This is where we were meant to be," she murmured, guiding me toward a freshly dug grave. A gravestone stood nearby, its inscription obscured by the night. I tried to pull back, but she was too fast. Her fingers tightened around my wrist as she forced me to kneel beside the grave. "Please," I begged. "I'm not your groom." But she only stared at me, her expression unreadable, as if my words had no meaning at all. The last thing I saw before the darkness enveloped me was her face, framed by the moonlight, her eyes hollow and empty. The next morning, the sun rose over Eldridge Hollow, casting its warm glow on the quiet streets. The town seemed unaware of the horrors that had unfolded in the night. But there, in the cemetery, a new grave had appeared, and etched on the headstone beneath the name I had once written were the words, "Forever yours." Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe and help grow the channel. Your support means a lot and helps us keep bringing you more content.